Hello everyone, today we're going to discuss the most important aspects of temporary residency in general terms. I say in general terms because, as we will see in a moment, this type of residency includes different categories, each with its own specific requirements. We will simply name these categories for now and we'll go into detail about them in future videos. Temporary residency is an authorization granted by the migration authorities under one of the categories established by law, allowing the holder to stay in the country for a specific period. This period can be up to 3 years depending on the category requested. It is important to keep in mind that there are two distinct regimes based on the nationality of the applicants. All citizens from countries that are part of the Mercosur bloc can obtain a temporary residency permit, allowing them to live in the country for 2 years solely based on their nationality. In other words, they don't need to justify the reasons for their stay in the country. On the other hand, citizens of countries that are not part of this bloc must apply for residency under one of the categories established by immigration regulation. This means that if someone comes to the country for work purposes, their application must be adjusted to the corresponding category, and the same applies to those coming to Argentina for study purposes. Regarding the category established by law, which applicants must adhere to, the following grounds for residency are established. First of all, we have the rentier category, that is for those who can sustain their stay in the country with funds from abroad. These funds are estimated. We will discuss this in depth in the chapter on this category. We have also the pensioner category, that is for those receiving a pension from a foreign institution. We have also the migrant worker category, that is for those coming to Argentina to work under an employment contract. We have also a category for scientists and specialized personnel, for athletes and artists, for religious workers, for patients undergoing medical treatment. We have also a category for academics, for students, for asylum seekers and refugees. We have another one that is named humanitarian reasons, and last of all, we have a category for family reunification. This last category applies to foreigners who are spouses, parents, or unmarried minor, or disabled children of foreigners residing in Argentina with a temporary residency permit. As we stated earlier, each category has its own requirements and documentation that must prove that the reason for the trip aligns with the chosen category. Regardless of this, in general terms, for all categories, it will be necessary to submit, first, a document that proves identity. It will also be necessary to have a criminal record certificate from the country of origin or from those countries where the applicant has resided for more than 1 year within the last 3 years. Also, it will be required a proof of address, which is a document issued here in Argentina. And finally, it will be necessary to submit a digital photo of the face. It is important to keep in mind that any documents brought from abroad or issued by a consular authority in Argentina must have the corresponding apostille or legalization. Likewise, if it is written in a foreign language, it must have the corresponding translation into Spanish. As we have mentioned in previous chapters, the residence application, regardless of the category, begins remotely, and the applicant will later have to attend the assigned immigration office based on their address to submit the original documentation and have their biometric data taken. Once the application is submitted, a precarious residence certificate will be issued. This certificate will authorize its holder for the period specified in the document to begin working or studying in the country. Because of this, if someone comes to Argentina for work or study purposes, they will not need to wait for the immigration process to be completed in order to start doing those activities. Finally, it is important to keep in mind that foreign citizens who enter the country as tourists will be able to request a change of status and formally apply for temporary residency here in the country. This will be possible as long as Argentina does not require, based on their nationality, a prior visa. If that is the case, they will need to return to their home country and request this temporary residency through the Argentine consulate. In the upcoming chapters, we will delve into the specifics and requirements of the most important categories established by the regulation. For today, that's all for this episode. If you need assistance with applying for temporary residency in the country, you can contact us. Our contact information is in the video description. I hope this has been helpful. See you next time.